Hi, today we're going to be looking at straight lines. In particular, we're going to be looking at how to draw a straight line graph. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to have a look at some vocabulary that you should be aware of. So the first word we have here is x-axis. Okay, so if we go across to the graph here, this line that's running across here is one of the axes, and this line that's running up and down here is another axis. Okay, so one of them is called the x-axis and the other one is called the y-axis. Okay, so they're not labelled at the moment. So the one that goes across the way is called the x-axis. X is a cross. Okay, it's a cross. Now if we just pop that together, x is, put that all as one word, x is a cross. X goes across the way. Okay, and then up at the top on this axis that runs up and down the way, we write y in there. So y is up, y's up. Okay, so a couple of little tricks there to help you get those round the right way. Okay, x is across and y's up. Okay. Okay, the next thing I want to look at is coordinates. Okay, so if somebody gives me the coordinate 1, 2, where would I put it? Okay, so we use the 1 first. We start here where the two axes cross over, and we go along 1 and up 2, and we put a wee cross in there. Okay, just tidy that up, and it would look like that. Now maybe it would be called point A, so I would put an A next to it like that. Okay, try one with a negative number in it. Okay, so we'll call this one B. So again, starting from where the x and the y-axis cross over, we always go along the way first, along to -1, and then we've got a +3, so it ends up over there. Okay, now, two more words that you might hear us use in class. Okay, is x coordinate and y coordinate. Now, when we have got these coordinates, we call them x, y coordinates. So the first number is our x. So when I was doing the point for A, I started at the centre and I went along 1 on the x-axis. Okay, and then the next number was for the y. Y's up. Sometimes we'll have to go down though, and we go up 2 that way. So the number 1, which I've got underlined in green, is our x coordinate, and our number 2, which I've underlined in red, is what we call our y coordinate. And the same when we're looking at B. The -1 is the x coordinate, and the 3 is the y coordinate. Okay, so the first number is always the x and the second number is always the y. Just put the letters in alphabetical order. X comes before y in the alphabet. Okay, just try plotting a couple more points. Okay, so this one here, along to -1, and this one's going to go down the way because it's negative. So just tidy this one up from having done A again. So again, starting from the centre there, back to -1, down to -2, and that is where I'm going to put C. Okay, one more. Do a positive number, 3, and then -4. Okay, so along the x-axis, and then think about the y. Okay, so along to 3 on the x-axis, along 3, and then it's got -4, so down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's where D is going to go there. Okay, so x and y coordinate and x and y axis is your phrases from that sheet there. Okay, so on to drawing our straight line graphs. First thing I notice is that I need my x and my y written onto my axes there. Okay, right, so I have got the equation y equals 2x plus 3. And you'll see underneath that I've got a table set out. It's got x in the first row and y in the second row. Now what you do here is you choose values for x. Okay, now you only need to choose 2 to get a straight line, but we always choose 3 because if the 3 points don't make a straight line, then we know we've made a mistake. If the 3 crosses go together to make a straight line, then it means there's a pretty good chance we got it right. Okay, so what we do here is we think about what values could I use for x. It'd be quite easy to work with. So the first one that you'll see me use is 0, because 0 is quite a nice number to work with. Okay, and then the next one that I like to choose is 1, because that's also a nice small easy number to work with. And then just to carry on, I would use 2. Okay, right, so how are we going to work out the y? Well, it's to do with the equation that's there, y equals 2x plus 3. Okay, so for this first one here, we have x equals 0 and we want to work out the y. Okay, so let me just do this in red. When x equals 0, right, we're going to do y equals 2. Now let me think, right? I'm thinking about this bit up here, 2x. There's a symbol missing between the 2 and the x that we just throw away in maths and we don't write. And it's the times sign, okay? Y equals 2 times whatever x is, and then add on 3. Okay, so for this one here, we have chosen x to be 0. Okay, so we're going to pop that in there. Okay, and then we're going to think, right, what is 2 times nothing? That's nothing. 2 times nothing is nothing. And then we've got the 3 to add on. So we get an answer of 3. So I'm just going to take that 3. I'm going to pop it back up here into there. Okay, and that's all we need to do with that bit for just now. Okay, right, next number along. Okay, we've got x as 1. X equals 1. So again, I'm going to start to think about that equation that we were given. We were given 2x add 3. Remembering that it means 2 times the x and then add 3. Now in this case, what's our x worth? In this case, our x is worth 1. Okay, so we pop that into our equation there. And we go 2 times 1 is 2, and we've still got to add the 3 on. 2 add 3 makes 5. So we take that 5 and we pop it back up into that table up there. Okay, and one more. Still got this 2 to work with. Okay, so let's substitute the x equals 2 into our equation. Y equals 2 times the x plus 3. Okay, so this time we know that our x is 2. Okay, we're substituting 2 in there. 2 times 2 makes 4, and then we're adding on 3. So that makes 7. So again, pop that back into my table, and I've got my 7 there. Okay, so that's the first bit worked out. Now I've got to plot those points onto my graph. Okay, so I'm just going to tidy up my working out a little bit, just so it's not quite so busy. Okay, so thinking about plotting my points, the first thing here we've got is 0, 3. The x is 0 and the y is 3. So we're going to go across to our graph, and remember we start where the x and the y axis cross over. It's called the origin, that point actually. We're going to go along 0 and up 3. So there's our first point there. Okay, Next one, we have got the point 1, 5. Okay, so 1, 5 along to 1 and up to 5, put a wee cross up. Next one, we have got 2, 7 along to 2 and up to 7. Okay, now like I said before, the reason for doing 3 crosses is that they should lie on a line together. Okay, so I've got my ruler out now, so we can move it across. Okay, and we can see that the 3 points are lined up along my ruler there. So I can get my pencil out now and draw my line in there. Okay, one last thing to do with that line is to write onto the line somewhere y equals 2x plus 3. Okay, I'll do one more example. So again, I have got my table with my x and my y, and I have chosen x equals 0, x equals 1, and x equals 2. So what equation are we working with this time? We have got y equals 3x take away 4. So for x equals 0, we are going to do y equals 3 times the 0 and take away 4. Okay, 3 times 0 is 0, take away 4 makes minus 4. Pop that into the table. Okay, next one, x equals 1, y equals 3 times 1 and take away the 4. 3 times 1 is 3, take away the 4 is minus 1. And the last one that I'm going to do there, x equals 2, 3 times 2, take away 4. 3 times 2 is 6, take away the 4, makes 2. Okay, so pop that one in there, and that one into there. Okay. I'll just have a wee tidy up, so pause if you need to look at what I've written down. Okay, so that's me ready now. I'm going to take my first coordinate from here, 0 and minus 4. So, I've just noticed my graph needs its x and its y-axis labelled again. Right, 0 minus 4. Okay, so starting at where the x and the y-axis cross over, again remember, that's called the origin. I'm going to go along nothing and down to minus 4 and put my cross in. Next one, 1 minus 1 along to 1 and down to minus 1 for that one. And next one along, we have 2, 2 along to 2 and up to 2. Now again, hopefully those 3 will come together on a line. So let's have a check. If I get my ruler out, I can draw a line that goes through all 3 of those points. Okay, so all I'm left to do now is to label up my line, y equals 3x take away 4. Done.